Okay.
What
We're
games?
at episode 11.
Doom 11. That's what this game is.
That's the name of this game, Doom 11.
Right. Doom 2011.
Is it
Oh wait, that ain't right.
Doom 11 because it had been 11 years since there had been a game at that point. I don't know. I don't know.
You're close. 12 years, right? Doom 3 was 04.
Yeah. Oh, they had like Doom RPG and like Final Doom and stuff like that.
Do those really count though?
2077.
As much
don't
as you
know.
want them to count.
Huh?
As much as you want them to count.
As much as you well, what about from the developer's standpoint? Do they count them?
No.
No comment is what id Software would say.
Yo.
Just like if you ask them when we're gonna get Doom Eternal on soundtrack release, they're gonna be like, when's the next Christmas of Thanksgiving?
Is like the Doom Eternal actually the soundtrack not actually a thing? Or
Yeah, it's not officially released.
let me. Oh, I was gonna look in iTunes. I open up freaking podcasts. Okay. They look the
Yeah,
same.
you look it up. Yeah.
Doom.
Like people make playlists on YouTube and then they have like the songs uploaded in videos, but it doesn't have an official release of the soundtrack.
That's weird. I would have thought this would be like day one or something.
It's because of some bullshit going on between id Software and Mick Gordon, the composer for the music.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah.
I think it was like he thought he wasn't getting paid enough or something like that. And then id Software's like, no, fuck you, or something. I don't know. I didn't pay attention to it.
Well, yeah, mainly game composers. This guy actually happens a lot with like certain divisions when developing a game. Because like there's a music division that's usually for hire, more or less, than graphics artists, engine software developers, so on and so forth. There's a lot of different people that have worked on games and stuff like that. So when it comes to music composers, they'll basically just more or less hire third party. Like the one that comes to mind for me is a guy named Grant Kirkhope, who does a lot of the he developed the Banjo-Kazooie soundtracks for the 3 games.
Koji Kondo.
He's the Mario theme guy, right?
Yeah. He also did the music for Zelda games.
And the Zelda guy too, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah. Usually those guys are like hired out by a whole variety of other game developers, and so that basically just means that they're basically third party. They don't have any affiliation, like permanent affiliation with the game companies they're working with. So if that's the case for this Doom Eternal guy that made the soundtrack, that might be the reason why. Because yeah, the music stuff is a very complicated legal thing.
Yeah, like an example of this is Jonathan Davis with Queen of the Damned soundtrack. He was licensed to Sony Music or something like that, and because of that, he couldn't appear on the official Queen of the Damned soundtrack.
Oh, really? Okay.
Even though he did all the songs in the movie, he couldn't be on the official soundtrack.
Yeah, that's interesting.
That's why a lot of different artists like David Draymond from Disturbed, Chester from Linkin Park, dude from Static X, that's why all of them were brought in for that.
Dude from Sonic X.
Static X, not Sonic X.
Oh, I heard Sonic X, I'm sorry.
Static X, like TV static.
God, I freaking love Discord.
I love Discord miscommunication.
Yeah, it's great.
You can hear, just like we heard Dong Goddess.
Right. I don't know if this is the same thing, but we recently just found out about this. Because, for about like 30-ish years or so, people had rumored, there's like the rumor that Michael Jackson worked on the Sonic 3 soundtrack, and that had always been a rumor. And then just a couple months ago, when the Sonic Origins collection finally came out, Yuji Naka, the original developer for Sonic, was like, oh yeah, Michael Jackson made the soundtrack. Yeah, we're finally just revealing this like 28 years later, but yeah, he did it.
Just casually name drop Michael Jackson in an interview.
Just casually did that. Yeah, he did it on Twitter.
Not even in an interview, just casually fucking name drop Michael Jackson on Twitter with a soundtrack.
Yeah, it was like, oh yeah, no, he worked on the Sonic 3 soundtrack. Yep. Just okay, cool. Thanks for blueballing us for about 30 years.
Yeah. Oh, I just remembered with Doom Eternal soundtrack. It's when you could pre-order the game, they had like a half-assed attempt at a soundtrack released with that, and then after the game was done being pre-order available, they didn't sell it anymore.
Wait, what?
Yeah, so when I'm fucking like the gold edition of the game or whatever.
Oh.
When you pre-order that for Doom Eternal, you get like a half-assed attempt at the game soundtrack, which is like 6 tracks. And then after the pre-order window, they don't sell it anymore.
Oh, I see.
Just don't sell it anymore with no mention of it.
Like it never even happened.
Yep, that's pretty much how they're going with the soundtrack. It's like it didn't even happen.
No, yeah. It's interesting.
Yeah.
Legal disputes, especially like these type of things, like music shit, game shit, is always so weird.
Right, yeah. Like we were talking about delistings like earlier in the thing. And I'm not exactly sure, like game delistings. I'm not exactly sure how that works, but it's weird.
A lot of the time it's because a license for a game company runs out.
Yeah, which is fascinatingly enough, I just found this out the other day. Metal Gear Solid 1, 2, and 3 have been delisted from the PS3 store.
Oh yeah,
Really?
Yeah.
And now I remember there was
Why?
So same reason for all the other games have been delisted, just like licensing issues just expired.
Oh, damn.
Game companies wonder why people pirate their shit.
Nintendo.
Yeah.
Nintndo's like, well, let's make some shitty business decision. Hey, what are you doing pirating the games that we aren't selling you?
Why are you giving us more money?
I would like to purchase one Game Boy game, please. We aren't selling any Game Boy games on the Switch, but
You see, that's where eBay has you wrong, Nintendo.
But I'd like to purchase my own money without having to pirate the game. And since you're closing the 3DS eShop soon, I won't have the ability to legally purchase the Game Boy game that I want off of the system that you so preferably desire. So, would you please make it available so I can play Game Boy games on Switch? We don't have any plans to do that, but I'm willing to pay you money. Yeah, we don't have plans for that. But I'm gonna pirate then. Fuck you.
Yeah.
It's essentially the freaking Patrick and Man Ray conversation with the wallet.
Yeah.
It's sounds or makes sense
Makes
to me.
sense.
So do it then. No.
We don't have any plans to make Game Boy game available on content, and also please don't pirate our games.
And fucking. But the fuck was I gonna say? My mind just went blank.
It's a fucking fuck. That's what we're talking about.
Oh, I remember. So, like, a lot of people, they'll, like, make better versions of Nintendo games on Unreal Engine, and it looks like Doom Eternal or something in terms of graphics.
Yeah.
And, like, Nintendo literally, like, nope, immediately when it's posted online.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, if you don't want people doing this, then do what they're doing.
From what I hear from Josh specifically, he says if Nintendo takes it down, it's because they had the same idea.
Yeah, that's what happened to AM2R.
So if you're tired of people making Ocarina of Time on Unreal Engine 5 and uploading it for free on the internet, then maybe do that then, Nintendo.
Right, make
They're probably trying to, but like can't do it on the fucking Switch.
make another
I call
Ocarina
bullshit.
of
You see how
Time.
big Breath of the Wild is?
That took years of development, though. To be fair,
And it can also run Doom Eternal on it.
isn't it a cloud version on the Switch?
Well, what the fuck?
I don't know.
Cloud versions of the big games are not the same thing for Switch. That's what I was actually saying this yesterday during Metal Gear. Is that like pretty much the faults of the Switch is because the Wii U sucks. Like it sucked a lot during its short lifespan because Nintendo needed to basically save themselves commercially, so they didn't want to wait for the other two companies to catch up with their console generations and just made the Switch like 3 years early. And so because of that, and games are getting significantly bigger as of like 2020 going onwards, the Switch can't keep up hardware wise, and so
They got the OLED one that just came out recently.
I'm not sure if that's any more powerful than the initial one. But even though
The background.
even though it still applies to what I'm saying, it's still old hardware that yeah, and like it can't catch up with the standards of 2022 game development.
Nintendo, make a new system.
That's why a lot of like the big huge AAA games have been cloud versions, because you can't fit all that into a cartridge. No,
They can fit fucking all 3 BioShock games onto a cartridge.
yeah, those are 360 games, which take up like a minimal amount in my 360, like a small portion.
That's something I keep about.
Huh?
Or he died.
River?
Rip.
Was it Hell?
Am I heard?
Oh, hello. There you are.
Hello there. I have returned. I died in the middle of talking, and I revived myself.
I thought one of the Doom demons came and killed you or something.
They came into my room, and then I was like, "No, go back to hell where you belong."
What were you gonna?
I was gonna say that's something I keep forgetting about whenever I play like older games on Xbox 360 and stuff like that. It's fucking hell. This game is tiny in size.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got to remember.
Like it takes like 3 gigs.
Right. Yeah. You got to remember the size and scope that a decade can have. Because
makes me wonder how big games are going to be in like 15 years.
Well, in 15 years, geez, I'm thinking about like tomorrow.
Because in like 15 years, we're all going to be fucking dead, so it's not going to matter. No, I'm kidding.
Well, like. Okay.
No, I'm kidding.
Both the Subnautica games on one cartridge.
Are those? How big are those games?
Oh, Subnautica's fucking big. Like, you know No Man's Sky, that space game?
Oh, yeah?
Picture that, but underwater.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, both of them.
Yeah. Well, I know, just like, you spend a lot of time underwater in Subnautica, so, yeah.
Yes, you spend
your
time underwater.
Picture that, like, open world and flying aroundness of No Man's Sky, but it's all underwater.
Gotcha. Well, like, I'm not going to deny when it is impressive that a big game like that can fit into a cartridge, but still, at the same time, I can understand why they do the cloud versions.
How will they even run? Because
oh, yeah, that's another question, right, yeah.
Like, because that sounds pretty fucking reliant on you having a good internet connection.
Oh, for the cloud versions?
Yeah.
Oh, freaking...
I
don't know.
I am wondering if Ocarina of Time, like those Unreal Engine 5 videos of that, I wonder if Ocarina of Time looking like that could run on a Switch.
Well, I think that the big question would be, can Unreal Engine 5 be compatible with it? Most likely,
or
in
4,
a couple
or whatever
years.
the fuck can work on it.
It was only 33.3 gigabytes.
Subnautica?
Doom Eternal.
Oh, Doom Eternal. 33.
It kind of seems low for a video game.
Yeah.
especially one of like that size.
I'm actually surprised about that. Yeah. Is Eternal on Switch?
The DLC.
I don't remember. It might be.
Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, Eternal is on Switch.
Okay then.
Yeah, it is. I'm looking at it right now.
Oh. Is it on a cartridge? Can it it's not a cloud version, right?
Digital only.
Digital only? Oh.
It didn't. I guess it didn't sell enough to get a physical release or something.
Oh, that's
the excuse they made.
Interesting. Kind of
At the very least, Nintendo should do like the 3D versions of their games released on the Switch, like Ocarina of Time 3DS and Majora's Mask 3DS and like shit like that. They should release that on the Switch.
Yeah, because those games. Not saying that the game is like, well, you know, it could probably benefit from the second analog stick. Not saying that it's bad without the second analog stick, but you know.
Yeah.
Because essentially, the Skyward Sword HD has a second analog stick, whereas the Wii version didn't. Not saying that it needed full range camera control, but at least now with the Switch port, that you have it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But for
thank God motion controls aren't in the Skyward Sword Switch port.
Well, actually,
wait a minute.
Wait a minute.
No,
Yeah.
I'm kidding.
I mean, I'm pretty sure they are.
Yeah, it was a joke.
I was gonna do like that. Oh, wait a minute.
I was acting, or was I?
Or was I? You'll never know. I'm a good actor.
I didn't play Skyward Sword HD with the motion controls because my Joy-Con has right Joy-Con drift. So, oops.
Oh, ew. No, thank you.
So I record the playthrough with the Pro controller. So without motion controls because mine's the third-party one.
Makes sense.
Yeah, but I want to say that the Switch Joy-Con motion controls are generally better than the Wii ones.
Higher power thing.
Right, yeah. But I'm not sure exactly how accurate that is, like when it's implemented in comparison, like implemented with the comparison of the Wii game of Skyward Sword.
Man, that's fucking crazy that the Wii, which is like twice the size of the Switch, is like maybe a third as good as the Switch is in terms of like hardware running and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Our progress.
It's fun looking back at stuff like that. Like, man.
And the NES, which is like 3 times the size of the Wii, runs at like 1/10 of the hardware speed.
God, what's my freaking...
You can put like pretty much everything from the NES onto something the size of a fucking Game Boy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Technology is weird.
Technology, it's fascinating to say the least. Yeah.
Fascinating. There we go. That's a better word.
Soldier Boy released a console.
Oh yeah, the Soldier game. He made a song called Zelda.
God.
Where he uses samples from Zelda games, and then one of the lines in there is "Green diamonds like Zelda."
Really? Okay.
Diamonds like so.
Okay.
The song has nothing to do with Zelda, by the way. Just that line and samples from Zelda games.
Oh, yeah.
And the way he's singing sounds like he's dehydrated and out of breath. Like this dude makes a song called Zelda and doesn't know what a fucking rupee is. Like, fucking hell, dude.
Do I sense?
And then pretty much. Sorry, go ahead.
Do I sense a fake fan?
Yeah. And in pretty much every Zelda game, green rupees are the lowest amount of currency.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's rupee 1.
Maybe he's just really comfortable with telling us how much he thinks he's worth.
He's worth $1.
I'd buy the Soldier console for $1.
That's probably how much it costs to
the Soldier game, the Soldier watch, which is a Apple watch with his face on it.
That's a
And
thing?
then
No!
And then, And then my personal favorite, the soldier wagon.
The
The
what?
wagon?
The wagon. You took a wagon and said, "Hey, I'm gonna make this mine. It's the soldier wagon now." No, I'm kidding. He didn't do that.
Freaking, you had me there for a sec.
Man,
I wouldn't be surprised if he tried doing something like that, though. If he tried making AirPods, he'd probably call them the Soldier Pod, which sounds like something from Dragon Ball Z.
Okay, that's true.
Akarat, get the Soldier Pod!
We talking about Soldier Boy's like shitty attempt at a gaming console?
God, where have you been, dude? We've been talking about this for about 3 minutes.
Silent.
Because one, I had to eat because I didn't eat before this recording session.
Oh.
Because
No
I had
excuse, I ate during. No, I'm kidding.
I also occurring.
Two, I had to go fucking do my laundry because I have to work tomorrow.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, we were talking about that at the very tail end of that. Yeah, it was a thing. Alrighty then.
That was the funniest shit I think I'd ever seen attempted.
I'd buy that for $1.